Talking about my health and my well-being, our friend asks, how many hours do you usually get every night? Obviously referring to sleep. And have you ever felt groggy in the morning? This was in response to a video I made about a drink that I love to use at the end of the day to unwind, chill, relax, and not have any alcohol. I've talked in other videos about how it seems like a lot of people, most people I would say, don't really care about their health much. They don't mind, what they put in their body. And sleep is just another one of those things that I don't think people really think about or put much, thought into the benefits or the problems that it can have when you don't get enough sleep. With all my years of looking into not what society has told me was healthy. And when I say society, I mean like government-wise. I mean all these articles that are put out by companies telling us that we need to lower our cholesterol are bullshit articles. Companies that would put, articles saying we need to have, more grains in our diet and less red meat is a bullshit, statement in my opinion. So getting that out of the way, when I start seeing more studies done about how important sleep is, I mean, it just kind of blew my mind. Yeah, they say that we need a good 8 hours of sleep to recover. And there's so much more to unpack with that. It's like, recover from what? I mean, depending on how busy you are, depending on how stressful your life is, that is a huge thing right there. Is that, forget about how active you are. If you have a stressful life, I think you need sleep even more. And who's not stressed? But to answer this question, I try to get 8 hours. Since I got the puppy, that's changed to more like 7 hours. Just trying to get him, the last potty break of the day, if you will. Potty training him so that I don't wake up in the morning to a mess, and he's doing freaking awesome. But it's summertime and going to bed at 9 o'clock because I usually try and get up around 5 to get my day started because of my blood flow therapy that I do twice a day. I gotta fit that in. I also like getting up early so that I can spend time training him, going through his tricks and stuff to kind of get the day started with his. I don't just give him a bowl of food and say have at it. I use his food for training. And it seems like the more you try to accomplish, the less hours you have in a day. I'm trying to learn more about dog training. I'm trying to learn more about what goes into our police training dogs. I am learning more about. I'm still on the carnivore kick. What? Obviously, I don't have enough sleep. Just there's a lot of things that I'm interested in right now that are. I just want to consume so much information and go down these rabbit holes. And my brain should probably, take some breaks, especially from this fucking screen that's in front of me. Because of the puppy, I'm getting out more, walking more, and that requires, again, the body just needs to unwind and get plenty of rest. But they talk about the dangers of having your phone nearby when you're sleeping. Who's guilty of that? I am. I'm guilty of wearing a Bluetooth headband every night, listening to sleep music, drowning out the noises outside of my apartment, surrounding my apartment. It's a freaking shit show. And if I'm lucky, I'll be able to get out of the situation and not need to use that Bluetooth headband, which can't be good for me. It can't be good for me at all. But the toss-up is awake with anxiety or sleeping with the headband on, playing frequency music that one would hope would help, but again, what do we know about it? I know I went off on that little tangent there when all you were asking for was how much sleep do I get, but that's what happens when you go down these rabbit holes of information on sleep and health and life, and well, there you go. As far as feeling groggy, I never feel groggy unless I've consumed alcohol. I went so long without drinking it that now I have no tolerance, which is a good thing, because then I'm less likely to, it's just, you don't need that shit. But yeah, that's the only time I feel groggy. Now, again, I've talked about the blood flow machine that I used. It's a literal medical device. My body feels amazing. I don't feel aches and pains, which I should, considering what I do every day. But yeah, I hardly ever feel groggy. My lifestyle of doing carnivore, it has to be why. Because I don't consume ultra-processed foods. The amount of wonderful meat and butter that I consume, I'm literally hardly ever groggy, and I'm also hardly ever tired. I'm hardly ever dragging ass. Like, what you put in your body is life-changing. But nobody... It's so beyond the realm of them even considering, getting rid of certain things, because they've become so addicted to them that no one will ever know. They'll never understand how amazing the human body actually is if you just quit putting garbage in it. So, hopefully that helps.